Welcome back to another episode of
No Filters with
Deja
and Marcus. D&M.
D&M.
All right. So what's our topic for today?
The diddler.
Are you laughing?
The diddler. The
diddler. The Diddy trial.
You know what's so crazy? I feel like we grew up on Diddy's music. And it's even more disappointing to hear all this stuff. No? Am I the only person?
You know, it hits different when you just hear his ad libs and he's like, yeah, take that.
It does.
damn.
Like now you're like, whoa. Like everything you hear, I'm like, wow, that song was what? What was happening? It's crazy.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, like
I
we used to be in the club, like, okay.
We was in the club at 5 years old, right? In 2000s? Yeah, we was in the club.
But we
in
were
2000s.
Our fake club, which was our house.
We was in the booster club. Take that. Diddy Bop. Bad boys.
But like early 2000s though. Early 2000s, like we were of age.
Yeah, for sure.
We were of age, okay? I don't want to say club, but like I was definitely in my dorm room, like, you know, Diddy.
I feel you. You know, it's so funny because that's one thing I will say about you and the rest of the girls, that y'all love that early 2000s music. Y'all, that's all you listen to. Is that timeline of music.
I won't speak for anybody who's not here out of our friend group, but they do a little bit more than me. Sometimes I try to be a little bit more up to date.
Yeah, like I know you like Dolce and all them. So I got you.
I like to be a little bit, but in our friend group, yes, no, I agree. We are like the 2000s babies for sure.
Gotcha.
It was just a good time.
Yeah, for sure. My whole thing is like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
He
things.
He did a lot. He's doing a lot.
So Cassie was on trial for...
Cassie's on the stand.
Diddy's on trial. Yeah, Diddy's on trial. Cassie was on the stand for about what felt like 3 weeks. It felt like did you guys hear about details or anything crazy like that?
I saw something. It was on Facebook, so okay. I can't really tell how true it is.
Probably very true.
But I mean, everybody's telling the same story, but again,
we weren't there.
We wasn't there.
We weren't there to vouch for anybody. So whatever we're about to say, we just weren't there.
It's all alleged.
Right.
All alleged. We're doing our disclaimer early.
It is.
We're doing our disclaimer early.
We are doing our disclaimer early.
Let's get the banner because we're gonna.
All alleged because we weren't there.
We were not there. So now let's get down to the oil. I mean nitty gritty.
They dated for a very long time.
Okay.
So Cassie comes in, she talks about their relationship. She talks about how, he was mentally, physically, all of that abusive to her, right? Abusive in different ways that it led to her also taking drugs. He was taking drugs, giving her drugs to the point where she was doing things that allegedly, she says at the time, she didn't want to do any of it. Now, when you're underneath drugs, do you want to do it? Do you not want to do it? I don't know. Right? Because drugs do different things. Right? Drugs do completely different things. But. So she was on these drugs, and we could say the freak offs, right? We could talk about the freak offs.
We'll put in code freak offs.
Yeah, I feel like I've been seeing all the videos, and they're the FOs, and I'm like, I don't know if you
that's not I've ever heard FOs. I heard
FOs. I was like, oh. I mean, we know what it is, but I was like,
I'm sorry.
I wasn't sure.
Yo.
Because some people were saying, but some people weren't. So I was like, okay, the freak offs.
Okay, freak offs. Which I think is a highly offensive term.
Okay, go ahead.
Because for people who live that alternative lifestyle, that's another day.
Which nothing's wrong with that.
Is it? But to you, I shouldn't say you, but the rest of the internet, y'all calling them freak offs, y'all saying wild stuff. But let me tell y'all, 9.5 out of 10 of y'all be watching freak offs online every day.
I mean, and
let's be honest, and rubbing it out. So don't. Is there nothing wrong with it? Because y'all keep calling it freak offs.
I mean,
Y'all keep
think
disrespecting it, and
wrong
that's
with
what's so
it.
crazy. The same dude who's making the memes online, he's taking a break from online, and he's watching freak offs on his own free will, rubbing it out in mom's basement. Fuck out of here.
I mean,
you a freak. You worse than a freak in a freak off. You outside the room watching people have freak offs, and you sitting there touching yourself.
What are the levels of freak offs, right? Because I feel like, well, I don't know any of them.
Everything's on a spectrum.
Yeah,
Everything's on a spectrum.
because I'm like, from what I'm hearing, Diddy's freak offs were like intensified. They were saying all the baby oil, like literally 10 bottles of baby oil being thrown on them everywhere, blood, semen, everything. They were saying all of that. So is that I don't know the spectrum of freak offs. So
you a certain level of freak. Sometimes
I don't know that.
Sometimes a little blood might be spilled.
It seems like what they're describing, allegedly, what they're describing in court, it sounds like it's like the most intense one off the spectrum. I don't know.
You're saying that on a how do you measure earthquakes? On a Richter scale, right? On a Richter scale. It's like 10.0. It's ground shaking.
Okay. But again, no, I don't know.
Listen, if you a real freak, some blood might be spilled. And you're talking about baby oil, bro. Everybody use baby oil. You wildin'. If you have not had your sheets smelling like baby oil.
10 bottles.
I don't know about 10
they were
bottles.
saying 10 bottles in one freak off.
Let me tell you.
What?
That's
a little too much for me. I don't know.
If your sheets have not smelled like baby oil for the next 2 days.
That's too much.
Boy, your life has not.
That's too much.
Your S life has not really been truly elevated into adulthood. If your sheets haven't smelled like baby oil for 2 days.
Disclaimers coming
out. Disclaimers. There's no disclaimers over here. I ain't Diddy, bro.
Put those disclaimer banner. Put that disclaimer banner right there.
You telling me somebody gonna trick you with let me give you a massage, but they not really giving you a massage? Yo, that's crazy. You got bamboozled, shawty. You got bamboozled, shawty.
Not with 10 bottles.
He gonna leave. You know when he going, you might as well get that rub down.
Not with 10 bottles.
And get it before he.
Not with 10 bottles.
Before he knock out.
Not with 10 bottles.
10 bottles.
That's wild.
Not at once, but eventually over time, you go through bottles. Eventually, baby will gotta be done.
Okay, but in one session, they're saying. Allegedly, they're saying one session, 10 bottles. Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's intense.
Right. Exactly.
That's intense.
That is really intense. And so Cassie was saying they basically traveled all over the world and hired people to have sex with them. Have sex with Cassie, and he would watch.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
I also heard she would be in the middle of a bunch of dudes, obviously getting ran down on, and then he would request her to keep the semen on her and bring it home to Diddy. Diddy. And she would be told to rub the semen on his nipples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's intense,
That's
bro.
so intense.
That's gay as hell.
That's very intense.
Nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. But my whole thing is, guys are going to judge Diddy. My peers are going to judge Diddy because it's gay. So we're going to joke and laugh and hee ha ha. And I'm not going to act like I don't have gay friends. Like, I got plenty of friends, plenty of acquaintances that are gay. And what they do in their private life, whether I know about it or not, I don't judge. But because it's a celebrity, when I go, I'm going to say the truth. When a bunch of straight dudes go back and run to each other, they're going to giggle about, oh man, he's gay, bro. He was gay. Like, gay, like whatever. The issue is like, yo, shorty, if you didn't like that shit, why are you still doing it?
Okay, so they, again, with the drugs. So they were saying with the drugs,
I cannot confirm or deny, but what's that got to do with you staying in the position? Nobody keeps.
Well, also, she did say she did it because that was the only time that she and Diddy were alone and she was able to have time with him because she fell in love with him. And that was,
But there's also that part where we're dismissing the emotional abuse.
Right.
When someone breaks you down, if you're so in love with this person and they break you down where they have control over you, it does not matter what they ask you to do.
And let's rewind
I agree. I would know best.
he also, not that this matters, the age difference doesn't matter as much. Well, it does actually in this case, because I think she was 19 and he was like almost 30. So that's like, that matters actually right now. But not only that, he kind of picked her up and she was so innocent. And I think that was the first time he took her virginity. I think he told her about the sex life, basically.
He took her virginity?
He did everything, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he exactly took her virginity, but I do know that he basically scooped her up and made her, I don't want to say made her Cassie, but kind of made her Cassie. Because she was little, like, she was young.
But this
is how, allegedly, this is what I'm getting.
I'm the guy at the end of the bar, but at the end result, who the fuck is Cassie? When you talk about top hip hop songs, you talk about top artists, bro, all that freak off for no fucking fame, bro.
But at that time, Cassie was big. Are you kidding?
Shit.
At that time, maybe not
she
as much now.
She had that one song, and she had young boys like me drooling over her over that one song, honey. And that was it.
I think she had like a whole 2 albums.
She did, maybe, because after the second album, I would have flopped. I would have stopped freaking off because this shit ain't panning out. Ain't nobody buying this shit. This shit is trash.
At the time, though,
she's big.
Let's think about the time, though.
Name fucking 2 songs from Cassie, and don't say Me and You.
Oh, I love that one.
Okay, and what else?
Oh my God, I can't think of another one right now.
She was big.
Shut up! I can't think of it right now. I'm drawing a blank.
But not big enough. The second album would have came out, and then freak offs would have stopped.
I mean,
what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna blame.
Oh.
No, we're not. We're not blaming anybody. We're not blaming anybody. That's not.
We can blame Marcus when he's a victim. Marcus, you keep going back to crazy. Marcus, what are you doing?
Well, your situation's
was I? I was a victim. Nobody give a fuck about me because I got a penis.
You are not in court. You feel like you're in court? You feel like you're in court all the time?
Do I feel like I was in court? Who's got 2 mugshots, ho?
Oh. We're not getting into that.
Who's got 2 mugshots?
This ain't about him. We're talking about Diddy.
Don't blame the victim. No. They just no. We're gonna keep this in here.
No, because
foul on the play. Foul, yo. What was it?
Also, okay.
Traveling.
Okay, you want to talk about it? Go ahead. He wants to talk about it. This is his story.
Second down.
I'll let him talk about it. Go ahead.
No, but dude, you eventually have to stop your shit.
Why were you in
Women
those
always
situations?
need some fucking help.
Why were you in those situations?
You were just as smart.
You were dumb as fuck.
Yeah, that's fine.
And all of them.
Going back.
Right.
That's fine. But don't sit here and act like, okay, the first time you were on your knees surrounded by 8 dudes, don't act like you didn't keep doing that. You keep dropping to your knees around men you don't know.
Okay,
for what?
well, like we were saying, she was mentally abused by him because she did say that she loved him and she.
I can blame the victim.
Him.
I can blame the victim when you're old enough to go die in war and pick when you go to college or pick when you go to military.
When you're abused, like what Cookie said, when you're abused and mentally, when you're abused, you keep doing that. You keep doing that because you want him. She wanted him to love her.
Bro,
Marcus.
That's what I like.
Marcus was in the same exact situation where he kept going back over and over and over again.
What we're not gonna do is blame the victim. Yes, the fuck we are. If we can blame Marcus, we can blame Cassie. Yes, the fuck we are.
We're not blaming anybody. First of all, time out.
Yeah, you did.
Time out.
You
time
did.
Out, time out.
We're gonna put her on a fucking
time out.
burn the witch.
We're not blaming anybody. That's what we're not doing.
Burn the witch.
Not doing. Okay.
No, you don't have to keep doing the same bad stuff you're doing. You keep doing it because you know. You don't have to keep doing drugs. It feels good. Is it an addiction? Yes.
Okay. Also,
his love is an addiction. Yes. The lifestyle. Let's be fucking honest.
Also,
the lifestyle she was living was part of that addiction.
Yeah. No, that's true. No, that is true.
So I'm gonna keep fucking random men because I want the hotels that he's kicking my ass in. Did you see the video?
I did.
When he dragged her?
We did.
Dragged her down the fucking hotel hallway and beat her. You talk about Ray Rice? Ray Rice you know who Ray Rice is?
No.
The safety on the Ravens that punched his girl in the fucking elevator?
I don't know that story.
He just hit his girl one time.
Okay.
Diddy done dog walked her into the elevator.
He did.
I would have left at that point. Somebody's kicking my fucking ass.
Right.
He's kicking my ass.
Mentally, physically abused.
But at that point, it looked like she was trying to leave.
At that point, And I was gonna let him go, but at that point, I think she was. It was like maybe like a little bit after that she was trying to escape. That was her escape from him.
And like there probably was a lot of fear,
There was
a lot of beating.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I kind of get what you're saying, Marcus, right? Because I know you've been in that situation where it's just like, it goes on and on and on. But like,
Okay.
I'm not defending Diddy. I just want this known. I'm not defending Diddy, but I want that same. I want that same energy was brought to me. I want that same energy brought to this hoe who's 10 times prettier, who's already in Hollywood, who's bad as shit. She could have got anybody, bro. She could have pulled anybody. She could have walked down Hollywood Boulevard, walked into the wrong studio, said, "I'm Cassie." She could have fucked.
And she tried to, but the men that she eventually started to talk to, like Kid Cudi, she tried to talk to Kid Cudi. She was allegedly trying to see him, and Diddy basically.
Oh, you blew up.
Yeah, Diddy almost.
Oh my god, yo, fuck Diddy.
Talking about that, and
fuck Diddy. He almost killed Kid Cudi.
Right, he almost killed Kid Cudi.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Right. He basically was saying every man that fucks with my girl, you're good. You're good to go. I got you.
You're out of here.
How do you leave that?
Yeah, you're right. At that point, you're right. I forgot about that.
There's so many things. So she couldn't have gone away.
Yeah, you're right.
There were so many Kid Cudi, and I think there was somebody else that
she was somebody.
that she was allegedly seeing.
He blew up Kid Cudi's car. You're right.
That whole story, him and his friend. So what?
You're right. Fair enough.
It just
I always
little
talk too
things
quick.
go on top of that. Little things go on top of that.
That's Marcus.
Thank God.
Poor Marcus.
Right. Thank God none of that happened to you, and you are where you are. Okay. And we are happy.
I don't know that car. I don't know. I might start that car one day.
God. Oh Lord Jesus. Well, we're happy that you're here now to talk about other things that is not you, right?
Amen to that. But no, I feel bad for her. Let me disclaim that. I do feel bad for her. I just want the same energy.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for her because at the end of the day,
I know that a little bit more to her situation.
I know that's as a woman, I know you women love to love. Yeah. So sometimes when you get caught up in somebody, it's even harder to leave as a woman, I think.
And I think
it's
he
harder
knew
for
that
a girl.
And he took advantage of that, especially because she was, like I said, they started dating when she was young. So automatically, your brain isn't what is love at that age? I don't even know what the fuck love is today. And I'm almost 30. So if a man tells me I love you, sometimes you just you just get into that moment.
I agree.
You want to do whatever for him.
I agree. If somebody started, if a man walked into your life right now, started taking you out on dates, paying for stuff,
and doing
hanging out with you, spending mad time with you, buying you hotels, buying you flowers, you would be like, this guy clearly fucking loves me. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. So it's
that's why I say it's hard for women because any guy with enough money could do that.
Exactly.
And then walk away from you the moment he gets what he wants.
And again, age makes a difference. I think in this situation, I think age makes a difference. She was so keep on saying it, but she was young. She was really, really young. So it's he kind of scooped her up. And that was his opportunity.
His assistant also testified that Diddy had said that she was young and moldable.
Right. And I believe that 100% because she was at that time.
Out of Diddy's mouth.
I believe that.
Allegedly.
From
his assistant. And that's what he's testifying to.
Yeah.
So imagine if Diddy knew,
he knew what he was doing. Yeah. He knew what he was doing. Let's be real. I 100% know that he knew exactly what he was doing. And he's top dog. He was probably in his 30s around this time. He's top dog. He's getting a whole bunch of awards. He's big everywhere in the music industry. If you didn't know who Diddy was, something's wrong with you. Back 100%. Then, if you didn't know who he was. So at that point,
even white people know who the fuck Diddy is.
Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was just able to easily scoop her up, it's not anybody's fault in a way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, I get you.
I'm not blaming either side, but he knew what he was doing.
No, I get you. I don't know. My whole thing is where he lost me. I don't mean to be homophobic or anything, but rubbing other men's semen on me,
Yes. And then in the freak-offs, having... Sorry.
I never... No. You didn't cut me off. I'll be honest with you. A lot of guys had some situations with their friends, with 2-on-1s and stuff like that. I can say, me and my friends, a history of dating women.
Okay.
We have never dipped our nuggets in the same barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
ever dated the same girl, messed with the same girl, let alone being in the same room, doing the same girl
With
at the same
yeah.
time. Me and my friends have never.
And you know what? We're
That
gonna
being
say
said-
we're not judging anybody.
Again, I
not
respect it
judging
all.
anybody.
I've dipped into the alternative lifestyle of going to parties and, you know, your girlfriend's bisexual and very open and willing to do all that stuff. I have dibbled and dabbed.
And dabbled.
I dipped my big
Dibbled and
toe
dabbled.
in that alternative.
Dibbled and dabbled.
Dibbled and dabs. You know, I'm a short little teapot, short and stout. I dipped my toe in. Okay? And I've seen people who are into that. Like, I talked to a lady that was like, yo, I'm really into not only pleasing my partner, but also see my partner be pleased.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo.
And nothing's wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with that.
But when you do it again, having people do it against their will,
Right.
you know, your girlfriend is not bisexual, but you're making her have threesomes.
Right.
That's not okay, my
Right.
brother. That's not okay. Like, she's
Exactly.
not into girls.
But-
don't force her to do stuff like
Right.
that. You're wilding out.
Not into this guy,
Ain't nothing
but
wrong.
you have a guy pee in her mouth.
Yeah, that was wow.
That, that was also something that.
I ain't gonna lie. You said you like that song. That song is different now.
Wait, what song?
Cassie's Me and You.
Oh, it does. Allegedly, that song actually was about Diddy. I saw a video about that on TikTok.
No, does her only fucking famous song.
I know, yeah.
And somebody
it was-
clearly wrote it for
I know.
her.
And I do like that
Say,
song though. It's
what?
me and you now.
About them other guys, they've been talking about the way I do it. I do. They heard I was good. They wanna see if it's true. Ain't no you're the one I wanna give it to. I can see you want me too. It's me and you. I've been waiting. I think I'm gonna make a move.
I was jamming to it and we're like, it hit differently.
That song was
It does hit
about
differently though.
her getting ran down while the dude was
Basically,
going home to Diddy is crazy.
It is crazy, yeah.
Poor
That
lady.
is crazy.
Poor girl, man.
And that song still was a banger though.
Ain't nobody. No, that song is canceled. They thought Michael.
No, it's a banger though.
I think
Not
out
gonna
of
lie.
all
I'm still
the.
gonna dance to it if I hear it. Not
Nah,
gonna
I ain't gonna lie to you. We just
Not
jammed
gonna-
out to it.
Right.
But yo,
Still gonna dance to it.
Michael Jackson not canceled. R. Kelly songs. Sorry, R. Kelly songs not canceled. Michael Jackson songs not canceled. That song
Is it?
might be canceled.
Wow.
Might be canceled.
Wow. I don't know about that one. R. Kelly, I feel like I haven't heard
You gotta
his
think
songs.
about it. R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, what they did with themselves in their private life was messed up, or whatever the hell they did.
Mm-hmm.
That song, they never made. Actually, R. Kelly did.
I was gonna say, and also, yeah, I haven't heard R. Kelly's songs in a while. He was
Well, you
canceled in
can't
my
say
book for
it
a
was
minute.
about anybody
He was
particularly
canceled for a
young. You
minute.
could just say it was about some freaky shit. Cassie only has one fucking song.
One
And
hit
it is
song.
clearly
One hit song. Let's say
that's
that.
only one song.
One hit song.
If Deja, we made a motherfucking song right now in this studio and it didn't go nowhere, bitch, we have 0 songs. Girl, we got 0
This
songs.
is true.
We got 0 songs.
This
That
is true.
shit
I'm
never.
gonna give you that one because that's very true.
If we don't ever hear that shit on Hot 97 or 105.1, that shit is 0.
Which you wouldn't, but okay.
Yo, she mean we wouldn't. I'm a rapper. You wildin'.
Anyways.
She bugging.
We both sounded so bad at that.
You
meeting.
think these mics is for podcasting? Let me turn my closet into a studio.
Okay.
Anyways.
We haven't also discussed like the aspect of his family. I feel so bad.
Okay.
These kids is freaks too. They're like, yo, my dad's Diddy. He probably suck my dick. Fuck them.
You think?
The twins.
So apparently, allegedly,
They're girls. They're still, yo, your dad's Diddy. Nobody gives a fuck. You're pretty and you have a vagina. Oh, nobody gives a fuck.
you think so?
Nobody gives a fuck. She's a woman. No one cares.
Oh,
Your dad could be a
allegedly-
rapist, murderer, and
It's not even.
Wow.
nobody, niggas will still fuck with you. Nobody
She's
cares.
saying like how they feel in court hearing everything.
Yes.
They're not talking about her life going forward. She's talking about like in court hearing, oh, you had somebody pee in
You think
Cassie's
they're in
mouth?
court?
Yes, they were. In the first few days they were. And then they apparently, allegedly, I think it was like last week, Thursday, they like walked out. And they allegedly.
I got a
everybody
different
walked
relationship
out.
with my parents. My
And-
dad was on court. I would never show up.
And the
I show up
other
every once in a while, like a jail visit.
but he's been on trial for how long? Since May 5th. It is now what, the 18th, 19th, and they were there for at least I think like the first 5 days, allegedly, from what I heard.
They don't all have like businesses that they gotta run and shit.
But they weren't in it like yesterday and today's trial, I believe. They weren't in it. But they said because it's around prom season and the girls had prom and like the guys were there with them. So they weren't there. Diddy's trial today, which was with another person, Dawn, I believe her name is, from Danny Kane. I believe they were not there for that one. But again, they said it was because prom season and the kids are still kind of like in that, but I think it's just a lot to handle. Like, I would not want to be in the court. I wouldn't want to be in the courtroom.
I'd be living my best life. My dad is fucked.
One.
I'm out of here.
Maybe I'd go one day to support, but like, they were there for a few days.
I would
and
pop up
hearing
to
all
that trial.
That's rough. Like, that is rough. I feel very
I
bad
agree,
for their kids.
and that's why I would pop up like a jail visit. That motherfucker might see me once a month.
Yeah,
At court, he's not even in
it's
jail.
crazy.
He's not in court. Ain't nobody
Right.
trying to hear that shit.
And you're hearing all the like specific details, everything. Like, when I was seeing like the pictures of like them or the sketches of like the mom, Diddy's mom was there, and like all the kids and stuff, like the first 2 days, and I was like, how?
I'm gonna gather
How
all the
are you doing
videos.
this?
I'm gonna gather
How
all the
are you doing
videos. But
this?
yo, somebody was beefing. It was one of the I hope I don't misspeak, man. I wanna have to fix this shit later. It was one of the dudes from Wu-Tang was
Okay.
talking shit about Kanye West. He was like, yo, fuck Kanye West. I saw him sucking dick in one of the bathrooms at Diddy's parties. Nigga, that video's old.
Oh,
I was like, yo, Diddy's done. The fact that shit was said, not even against Diddy. The fact that was said about somebody else at
yeah.
Diddy's party,
yeah.
done, bro.
But also, you know what I want to know too?
Diddy's done.
Yeah, no, he
He's
definitely
done.
is. But we're hearing a lot of names of like people who were there and all that stuff. I want to know who's gonna actually take the stand except for Cassie. So Dawn took the stand. She's a member of Danny Kane. If you don't know, Danny Kane was like a big girl group, and they were on the show making the band. And basically, Diddy produced it, the whole thing. He brought up all these girls. There was like 3 or 4 of them in the group.
You don't know Diddy Kane, you're a fucking young or
Right.
you're a bozo.
You're probably really young.
Or
if you
you're
don't know
Hispanic.
Danny. You're probably really young. But
Or
yeah,
you
so she
listen to
took the
Spanish music
stand.
your whole life.
Right.
How you not
She
know
took the stand.
Showstopper?
I know. That was a good one too.
Diddy Kane was killing it.
They killed it.
It was killing
They
it.
had
It
a
was,
good.
now
a good,
that see Cassie, she got ripped off on her contract because the Danny Kane contract, that was a lit contract.
what's crazy,
That's
though?
freak off worthy.
But
That was freak off worthy.
But you know what's crazy? If you will look at the music that Cassie made, the amount of songs that Cassie made and Danny Kane, they probably made about the same amount. Crazy.
I know
That's
Danny
wild.
Kane.
That's wild. Because Danny Kane probably made this about the same amount as Cassie.
Now I gotta
How much
go.
you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Because I think they both made at least 1 or 2 albums. Go ahead, let's look it up. Because I know they have at least one. Okay, these are their songs. What is that? Like 3, 4? That's like 9 songs right there.
Yeah, these are bullshit songs. He ain't nobody
Okay,
these
but
songs.
Danny Kane has 3 studio albums.
3 studios. Okay, there you go. That's a good one. And then Cassie, because they probably have about the same.
Yeah, see, their biggest hit was Showstopper.
What? She has 1. Cassie has 1. Whoa!
Thank you. Boop, 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 boop. She was sucking dick for nothing. She was
Wait.
sucking dick for nothing.
She signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Records, but she ultimately only released this one album under the label.
You too busy sucking
That's
dick on your knees instead of making
crazy.
music, shorty. You should have been trying to get to the studio. Allegedly.
Well, also
You
she did.
fucking suck, shorty.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay,
You fucking suck. She sucks.
I love the no filters, but
She fucking sucks. Cassie, you suck.
she does not suck.
Poor girl, bro.
She does not
Poor
suck.
girl.
Also, she's 9
She
months
thought she was
pregnant and
pretty.
probably gonna give birth
Should've
in like
known she
literally
didn't
a few
have
days.
shit going for her.
Congratulations, Cassie, by the way.
Congratulations.
She's gonna give birth soon. Because she was on trial. Like she was. I keep on saying she was on trial. Oh my gosh.
Ain't
She
nobody
was
want that
on-
universal baby. Baby's 100 fucking ethnicities.
Why you say that? Oh, because of her husband?
Because parts per million, you know, even though the vagina is a self-washing organism, there's still residue of coom from the hundreds of niggas.
This is like her.
She has slaved.
Also,
she's killed more niggas than Genghis Khan. My
awkward because this is like her second or third kid with her husband after a few years. Okay. Awkward. So it should be only his dick right now. Okay.
Should be.
Yeah.
We know.
It is. Cassie.
But we know the lifestyle she likes to live.
She did live. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm obviously joking, but yes. I do feel bad. I honestly do genuinely feel bad for her. Like that shit is fucked up.
Yeah, I'm honestly, also really shocked about Dana.
And honestly, it sounds crazy. I hope this stuff isn't true. Like, what if Diddy comes out like, yo, we was all horny and freaky. We had a lot of money. We had a lot of drinks. We had a lot of drugs, and shit just got out of hand all the time. Because every time I've drank or have done something fun, sometimes things just gotten out of hand, and not to a point, not to any fucking point like that.
Yeah.
But hey, like we planned to have fun, and then shit just got twisted sideways. And I know as most guys, you don't maybe experience this because women don't watch porn as much as guys do. Mm-hmm. And I can only imagine in his sex life, if it's anything like men watching porn, you deep diver. You dive deeper. I just said that so backwards. Don't do acid, kids. You dive deeper into a black hole. Mm-hmm. When you start off watching porn, you just watch girl on guy. Like you're just happy with two girls kissing at that point. Like I can watch two Asian nurses kissing on YouTube. Yeah. When I was in middle school. And be like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Two girls kissing on fucking Netflix is normal now. That shit was not a thing growing up. It was not a thing growing up, having the gay black best friend. But you end up watching some freaky weird shit, and everybody goes a different route. I'll tell you me, I went towards
I will say though,
the orgy route. Some guys go to the fucking tranny routes. I shouldn't say that word, but that's what they do.
I don't disagree.
And they don't even be into that. You're not even into that shit. Watching grandmas, watching old ladies, like 50-year-old women, 40-year-old women. You're not even into that, but you dive so deep that you just get lost.
I don't disagree. There was one of the court dates where he did say that like they were both on drugs, so it was kind of like he was making it seem like it was like a mutual thing, which is fine. But don't you ever put your hands on me.
Yeah, I can't excuse that.
Ever put your hands on
me.
Only
when it's in the fucking bed. That's when you choke me.
Shut up.
Smack them down. Go ahead, Coach.
There also was that settlement that Cassie had before this trial. So she had placed a lawsuit for Mr. Combs, I forgot, I think in 2016, for years of physical abuse and sexual coercion. I don't know how to pronounce this word, guys.
I probably don't either, so it's fine.
And it was settled one day after it was filed. Like, isn't that a little suspicious that she files a lawsuit against Diddy?
Right.
And it's settled within the day for $20 million.
It is, yeah.
A day? God damn. You guilty as shit.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
well, according to ChatGPT, I call that double jeopardy. She tried to come at him once and she took a settlement. Honey, don't come back out of nowhere. Double jeopardy.
She's not coming. But this is not her going after him.
Yeah, she should shut the fuck up then. You took a settlement, shut the fuck up.
You're asking her to testify. That's how court works.
I say, no, that's not how double jeopardy works. When the state, the feds, whatever, bring you up on trial on me and you. No,
but nothing was ever happened. It was settled.
I know. What I'm saying is when you're brought up on court trial, like me and you robbed the fucking bank. Us three robbed the bank. And they brought us up on trial. Okay. They didn't find us guilty. That same fucking court case cannot be brought up twice. I don't give a fuck if you have evidence. They found Deja's fucking hair in the back seat. She never been to this bank, didn't even live in this city. We found her. We finally found a piece of her hair. That's Deja's fucking hair. And it matches your DNA, motherfucker. We got him. We can't try you twice for that same crime. Oh. You'd have to rob a new bank and then get caught, tried again. That's not how double jeopardy works. No, but since, I'm just saying, she took a fucking plea, shut the fuck up.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Because
she should shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up because what you're saying is not even valid because one, she sued him, right, for physical abuse, right? He settled it. There was no, like, he wasn't found guilty of anything, right? Now they're retrying him for sex, like, for trafficking.
Right.
Don't say retrial because that sounds like you're doing it again.
Okay, yeah, it's not retrial, but
I get it, but she took her. I know that's not how double jeopardy works, but yo, you took your settlement. Shut the fuck up now. Get the fuck out of here.
There's different things that he's being accused of.
You know what? I said too much of this podcast. It's gonna make me sound like I'm voting for Diddy, so I gotta quiet down. Nah, she took her settlement.
Oh my God, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, she's not the one who's accusing him.
Right.
Yeah, still, she should not be allowed to talk.
She still has
Take your money.
She still has to talk because they still subpoena you.
Right. And she has a lot to say.
Shorty
think she has a
she's
lot to
got
say.
3 strikes from me. She did it. She continued to do it. Then she took a settlement. She sucked up the such money. I got into an argument. No, Eric, now I'm really attacking her because this is me actually attacking Cassie.
Okay.
I got into an argument. Okay. Auntie Deborah, I love you to death. But me and Auntie Deborah got into an argument. Oh, it was an argument, but it was like a discussion. She was like, oh, she took the settlement. Diddy's too big. He's too famous. I said, he's still a nigga. He's still a nigga. Ain't nobody too big. You see what happened to Dan Schneider? He's a big, rich white boy.
Yeah.
And he's been diddling fucking children. You know the white privilege of that? There's no fucking Dan Schneider trial. There's a documentary about how you fucking children.
Yeah.
But why is nobody blowing your shit up like they blowing this black man's shit up? What about Dan fucking Schneider? I want everybody on trial. What about the Nike CEO fucking stepping down? Reebok CEO, all these CEOs stepping down. They were at the freak offs. What the fuck? Why these white people get to walk and Diddy taking all the oil? Diddy didn't go through $10 of oil. Diddy went through a half a bottle of oil. Who was responsible for the other 9.5 bottles of oil? I need them coming to the stand.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Marcus, but there's a conspiracy about this. Why Diddy's going on trial? Because they say that Diddy tried to get to a place where he's not supposed to be. And you know you have those non-melanated people who don't want you in their spaces, who say, hey, we'll give you this, but you're not allowed to be on par with us. So there was this whole thing with I think it was Ciroc or something like that he tried to buy something. And
you did have Ciroc.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was.
They must have not been happy about that.
Yes.
Oh.
There was something about it, and I forgot. This was a long time ago. This is when everything was first starting, and people were just like, someone didn't like that Diddy was trying to climb the ladder that he was not supposed to be climbing.
The Hooded Row people. It's not the Illuminati. The Illuminati's the name.
Which still doesn't make any of this okay.
No.
Yo, fuck that. Hooded Row
still
people.
Does not make it okay.
Call your boy.
But
I'll sacrifice 1,000 goats and 2 babies.
Where are all those people though? Because they keep talking about
I don't know, but holla at your boy.
Where are they? I want to see them on the stand to say something, but nobody else is speaking up.
That's what's so crazy.
And everybody's shitting on Cassie. Everybody's has something to say about Cassie because she's been on the stand for 4 days. Dude. And Dawn, who's from Danny Kane. But
I got nothing bad to say about Dawn. I got shit to say about Cassie because back to that argument. Diddy's too big. Oh, of course she's gonna take the settlement money. Of course she's gonna take the settlement. Why? If you have a point to prove, I know it's just a show. But she could have just killed him. She could have just shot Joe. She didn't just do that. She needed to know that the world, before she closes her eyes, she wanted the world to know who the fuck Joe was. The serial killer piece of shit who used love as a reason to kill. All I'm saying is, honey, nothing is new underneath the sun. You can call that a show. Oh, it's just a movie. It's just a series. Nothing underneath the sun is fucking new. That's based off of somebody or something that they fucking know. That's bullshit. You don't gotta take hush money. You could have. You have a husband. She's on her 3rd kid. Why the fuck did she take money when she already had 1 to 2 kids already with a whole new husband? Why you taking hush money?
Well, they were saying about Dawn that she did all this for money herself. That's what they were saying about her because they said that she
needs
saw
the most therapy.
Well, during making the band, she said she saw Diddy almost smack Cassie with a pan over her head. And literally abused her right in front of her face, and then Diddy went back to Dawn and was like, "What you saw, that was passion," and basically telling her to shut the fuck up and don't say nothing.
And I got nothing bad to say about Dawn.
He told her when people speak, they die.
Yeah, I get you. I got nothing bad to say about Dawn. I feel bad about Dawn 100%. I feel bad for Cassie about 85, 90%.
Allegedly, Cassie also went to Nicki Minaj and told Nicki Minaj what was happening. Yes, I heard this. And Nicki Minaj basically told her to shut the fuck up and play the game.
But you
Allegedly.
But like, it's like you're in such.
People know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because nobody else is taking the stand, and even Aubrey.
Don't tell me.
Aubrey from
A
Danny
child
Kane
tells
as well.
me my dad is hitting me. Now I become a reporter. I don't want to know.
I mean,
Deal with your shit. Deal with your shit. My dad was kicking my fucking ass up and down Melrose. You better figure it out.
another member from Danny Kane was
Figure
supposed
it
to come
fuck,
forward.
I don't wanna know.
They said she was going to take the stand, and apparently the other day she was like, "Oh, I'm not taking the stand. Why not?
Take the stand. Take the. My whole thing is
Why not?
I don't want to seem like somebody's gonna call me a misogynist piece of shit. But you're
Probably.
not going to fucking do that shit. Take hush money, bring them up on trial, settle in a fucking day, then try to come out and be like, "Oh, I'm such a victim." It's like, girl, I would have been 100% on your side. It's just like you can't be doing all that extra shit though. The hush money.
I also don't think
What
that
the
she's.
fuck
I
is
also
that?
don't think that she's playing a victim. She's just telling her story.
She is a victim. Now I say playing victim. She is a victim,
I mean,
but honey,
you're making it seem
play
like
the
she's
victim.
like playing the victim. She's not.
Be the
playing
victim.
That.
Be the victim.
But I don't think she's
Don't take the
playing that.
money.
I think she's just telling her
Nigga
story.
slap me,
and
so I
it's
take $1 million.
emotional.
Fine, so be it. Yo, me and Drake got
she's
into a
just
club
telling
right
the story,
now,
her story.
and I got into a beef with Drake's fucking paparazzi. I mean, not as paparazzi. I get in problems with Drake's fucking. Not even with Drake. Just the fact that I'm getting beat up or punched or in a fight with dudes that are in Drake's fucking circle. Drake has to pay that lawsuit. That's fine if you're gonna take that settlement, but dude, you can't be coming back trying to speak on the situation or speak about what went wrong. Like, you took your hush money. You should have made it evident that, yo, this dude is a piece of shit and he's gonna go down.
That is what
He's
she's
gonna
trying
pay
to
for it.
prove. That's what she's trying to prove.
No,
Nobody
other
would've known
people
that
have now.
story.
Other people have now gathered the fucking have done the work,
But
and now she's trying to hop back on the bandwagon. Get the fuck out of here
She
with that.
started it. She started this. She was the first one on the stand. So everybody else, they're telling the story from their point of view, and they're coming on and jumping on her bandwagon.
Guess
and
what? She
supporting
started
her,
it, and
which is
within a
nice.
day, she ended it. At that point, it's ended. It's ended.
You're
We
talking
haven't
about the
said
settlement.
shit. Now that the cops have found some extra shit, she didn't start shit. She didn't do jack
What are you
shit.
talking about with the day? The settlement?
The settlement was within a fucking
yeah,
day.
you're talking about
Then
settlement.
time goes on. The FBI is now looking for Diddy, and they gather evidence on Diddy and start doing shit on Diddy. She should have never let her foot off the gas pedal. Why would you take hush money in a day? If you would have took it in a month, a settlement in 3 months, 6 months, yo, within 30 days, fuck the day. I'm gonna stop saying a day. You took a settlement within 30 days. You didn't even fucking try to show or expose this man who's, if he so abused you, did so bad to you. Nobody's that fucking delulu that they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm with a new guy. Clearly what was done to me was wrong." She's definitely exposed to other people. Forget about Nicki Minaj. Her new husband, you don't think he knew what the fuck was going on? Not to the details, but like to a certain extent, you don't think his wife opened up and was telling him, or girlfriend was telling him, the shit that like he put her through? Nah, bro. Fight. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody's just gonna sit back and just be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna take the money and do nothing."
I don't agree with you,
I
but
don't either, but
it's also like
course you don't.
you can't
You're full of shit.
like take money from him and then still try to.
prove your point of how you were broken
Yeah.
when you were 19.
Yeah, that's a very very cop out fucking thing to do instead of fucking actually trying.
Well, she did what she did.
She should have fucking. I hate to say it, maybe because I'm so passionate because of Bronte, but she really went out of her way. Like, I'm saying she could have
Because of
mirrored.
who? Oh,
Because of
you.
who? Oh God, baby.
Oh, you.
She really went and moved to a different state, met up with people online. What I'm saying is, she's
He's
shitty. She's shitty for that. You like Cassie. I'm gonna say this right now. Cassie is a victim.
And we're gonna.
We're not gonna sit here and act like what was done to her was bad.
No.
What was done to her was horrible.
Right.
I wouldn't wish that upon nobody.
Anybody, yeah.
Wouldn't wish that upon nobody.
Yeah.
My point is, what about the documentary, Don't Abuse Cats or Don't Hit Cats? The level that those strangers went out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You isn't new underneath the sun. Somebody actually did that. One person met up with another person on Reddit and try to discover somebody that committed a crime.
I believe
And they
that.
have conjoined together to find evidence, and they've all come together, and they made a documentary out of it. A guy killed 2 cats, and they found him. A whole documentary about it. Don't fuck with cats.
Oh.
You can't tell me she's nobody. Those are fucking nobodies. You and I, we're not nobodies, but those fucking people were fucking nobodies. And they could do something. She was a somebody and could have done something. Taking a fucking day cop out is crazy. And then trying to come back like, yeah.
So you don't think
I don't respect it.
you don't think
I
you don't think her lawsuit did anything because she was the first one to speak?
Oh, I opened the door. You're like, what the fuck was that?
But is that
about?
not enough? Is that not enough?
That is not enough.
Doing the lawsuit and then now.
I'm gonna push you into it. Somebody did that to you, I'd be mad as fuck at you that you just took money and now me and DeAndre at fucking Mexico chilling on fucking lawsuit money. What about the fuck he did to you, Cookie? What the fuck we having fun for?
You don't know her mindset though, Marcus,
That's
because
worse.
you're talking from your perspective on how you would handle it. You don't know if she was just like, look, I just want to get it out there so that people know what happened, but I don't want to drag this out. I want to be done. I'm trying to move on with my life.
And
Like
that's probably what she was trying
physically,
Oh, so now you're trying to move on with your life, but then you're the first person jumping on trial. Pick one.
Well, they're
Pick one.
subpoenaing. They're
Pick one.
telling her to come
Pick one.
and testify.
Pick one.
If you have,
Are you done with it or you're not? Because you're on the first one on trial. Oh, I'm ready to testify. You're not done with it. You're not at peace with it.
but you know when they subpoena you, you have to appear. You don't have a choice. You can't say no.
Oh, that I don't know any.
Legally, when they subpoena you to testify, you don't have a choice in the matter.
Fair enough.
Like you
Fair enough.
can't say no. This is like legal shit now, where they're telling you, hey, like now you have to come and you have to testify.
Fair enough.
But even if she was subpoenaed or not, I think she still has the right to tell her story whether she wanted to or not.
She has a right, and like I have the right to be like, girl, I support you 90%. The other 10% is like, damn. Dawn's got my full approval. Danny Kane got my full approval.
Awkward.
None of them got my full approval because they should have said something to begin with.
Right. Agreed.
Oh, get the fuck
Agreed.
out of here!
I agree.
Oh my god, what are we arguing about then? What the fuck?
I agree. I'm sorry.
Didn't you?
I agree.
Yo, I'm off this. I quit this podcast. No fucking way. Y'all sitting here arguing me and then trying to end that conversation with, they should have said something from the beginning. They should have said something from the beginning and the whole time. They did say something from the beginning. They should have said something the whole time. The whole time.
And I agree.
You are right.
Right? I fucking hate you guys.
That's why I'm like, are you just repeating what we just said? Yeah, you are.
No way.
Anybody who lets all these
You can't
people
let
go
him slide. You
through,
can't just
R.
hush
Kelly, Dan Schneider, everybody should always say something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You can't let them slide.
I agree.
Yo, after she just took the hush money, my nigga was one of my favorite rappers, Doughboy. Doughboy had one of his fucking albums produced by Diddy. I'm like, why is Diddy still able? After I saw that, I know it sounds so crazy. Like, it sounds like I'm defending the nigga. I'm not. But like, yo, after that video, I was like, bro, I can't listen to this album. After seeing Diddy drag fucking Cassie through the fucking hallway of the hotel. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Nothing, dude.
On
Nothing.
that note,
dude,
guys.
Nothing has made me that angry where I want to, even another man, dog walk his ass through the hallway, dog walk his ass on the floor. He beat the shit out of her.
He did.
I know I
he
sunk up defending him, but I'm
completely
only
attacked
mad at Cassie for not. Yo, I would have dedicated my whole life. Fuck my life. My life is ruined. You have took it from me. You had the power to gain it back and start anew, but yo.
She
what
almost
you
committed
did to me,
suicide.
bro. And for that reason, she should have went at him with anything he had, because my aunt sat there and was like, she had that same mentality. And that's what upsets me. Like, that my aunt had. Oh, Diddy's too big. Diddy's too powerful. My aunt had all these, I'm sorry, Auntie Deborah, love you, but had these fucking bullshit excuses, stupid shit out of the mouth.
But again,
Nobody's too big and too strong. You're not one of the hooded robe motherfuckers that control shit. You're not too big and not too strong.
I mean,
you give a fuck who you are.
We say that because we're not in the situation, but situations like that, you really don't know.
Of course, I said I'm the guy at the end of the bar. Now you know the end of the situation. I could be like, damn girl, for the albums that you got, I would have. Shit, the freak offs wasn't worth it.
Exactly.
You got a bad contract. Yeah, I can say that now. That's the only thing I can say now. But it's like, dude, after the fact, after he did all that shit to you, bro, I would have dedicated my life to seeing you in prison. Because look at it, without your help,
I mean,
he's gonna
she's
face
trying
prison.
to.
She's not trying. The FBI is trying. She didn't try. She settled. She didn't try shit.
Okay.
That's what we're mad at her.
Okay.
Somebody would abuse you two, I would have been just as mad at y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. Sounds like I'm fucking attacking the victim.
Yeah.
But if it was one of you two, I'd be just as frustrated because I'm like, bro, how you just gonna be like, well, Marcus, it was $50 million. We're rich. Let's go to Aruba. No, we can't go to Aruba on your fucking victim money, my nigga. Like on your fucking freak off money. I'm not going to Aruba on your Aruba fucking freak off money. I don't want to spend that. I don't. You were abused. You were fucking physically abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused. I do not want to spend that settlement money.
Yeah.
And think shit is sweet. I would want her to attack. And I said that to my aunt years ago. Years ago. She can contest that we had that disagreement. And she threw a napkin at my face. And that was the end of the conversation. Because I was like, damn, that napkin hit my face and went into my motherfucking Thanksgiving plate. And then I was done with it. So that's when I was over the conversation. That shit was years ago when she took that settlement. Hell no, bro. Hell no. She should have attacked Diddy with everything she's got. Because now that the fucking feds are after him, it's like, you're taking the settlement. But girl, if they use that, I say all this to say this.
Right. Should we make
they
this
take
part
that?
two?
we can split it up.
Yeah,
if
we're gonna have to
they
split this
take
up.
that settlement and use it as a defense for Diddy, I'm going to kill her myself. I'm going to strangle Shorty myself. If they're like, yo, shut the fuck up, you took hush money. And they dismiss her shit, because you know, law, let me tell you, I don't give a fuck. The Caucasians and their law, there's nothing but loopholes.
Yeah.
They are a loophole. There's nothing but
always
loopholes.
something, yeah. They
can just do this. Like, it's like the law is like rock, paper, scissors, says shoot.
Yeah.
Something beats something. Ain't nothing is ever set in stone, nigga. We have this in paper, black and white. You can't get around it. Somebody somewhere could get around it. My point being said, if they use that against her and dismiss her whole shit and Diddy gets out, he slides out on baby oil. If he slides out, I'm gonna be so tight, bro.
We still have weeks to go.
Yeah.
But it's only the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
You don't know what else they got.
This is the beginning. But I feel like they do have, I don't want to say enough, but I feel like they have so much that at this point, like whatever we hear, I don't know what else is going to be new to be said.
Yo, we can keep
They're
going.
He was fucking from people
he
from
fucked Meek Mills allegedly. We can keep going. We can make a part 2 if you want. We can keep going. Diddy is bugged out, bro. Listen, I don't want to make. See, now it sounds like I'm victim
We are
blaming.
gonna make
Mark is like, yo, he's against women and he's anti-gay.
Yeah.
Yo, the amount of men he was fucking, yo, my niggas gotta get out of here.
Meek Mill in the pool.
Meek Mill in the pool. Yo, him and Diddy have a picture with the same shirt on. That means he went shopping. Nigga, you got fucked. You can't convince me.
They said Meek Mill was in the pool to cool his booty.
Damn.
What that video where it looked like he was hurting, his butt was hurting, and he was in the pool?
Oh my, no, I've never seen that video.
I've never seen, listen, Marcus, I've never seen that video.
I've never seen that video.
Don't show me that shit. I don't want to see Meek Mill's booty hurt.
Yeah, I was going to say,
no,
please do not show us his butt right now.
If you show it to us, I got to put it up now. So make sure you send it to me. I don't want to see that shit.
No,
But yo, like he allegedly, somebody said they walked in on him. Do you remember? What's the Urkel show?
You gotta watch it.
What's the Urkel show? What's the Urkel show? What's the show with Urkel in it?
Urkel.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny, but like, I mean, what else do you say to that when you see that?
But this was before. This had came out, I think, maybe before Cassie did the lawsuit. Yes, and this has been going on before, where people have been accusing like Diddy of like being freaky, and people have said he took Meek Mill's booty.
Yo, I heard What is the Family Matters?
Family Matters. That's what I was like. I was trying to
Son.
figure out the Family Matters. So Urkel, what about him?
Not Urkel. Can you guess who? She's gonna say
One of the brothers?
I knew you were gonna say that. The older brother.
Yeah.
The father. I knew he was gonna say the older brother, the older handsome brother. I knew he was gonna say
That's
that.
what I was gonna say.
Nah, nigga, nah. He took the Winslow, Officer Winslow's booty. Somebody said
What?
Diddy was taking his shit, bro.
You're lying.
I mean, I wasn't there.
Wait, what?
Yo, let's talk about it. I'm only mad at Cassie because Diddy has gone too far.
That's crazy.
Yo, they need to put a tire on him and burn him.
Crazy.
They need to put a tire on him and burn
The
him.
male escorts that did speak up, because the male
I don't give a
escorts
fuck. He's
also
clapping
went.
men's booty, but the booty he's taking, bro, he's just booty snatching. It don't matter if it's man. Yo, he
I'm
is
like,
the worst type of predator.
Yeah.
Cause like women like, oh, I don't want to go jogging. Nah, if he gonna take any butt. Like I'd be like, yo, I'm an ass man.
Crazy.
You know the joke? Like when you ask a guy if he's like an ass guy or like a boobs guy, like he likes breast or ass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm an ass man, man. I prefer ass. You gotta really sit there and think about it. I said, my bro, we're not ass men. And DeAndre, Denzel, like, what are you talking about? I said, bro, we only like a fifth of the ass out there. You know that, right? So, let's say, come Marcus with his bullshit.
Right.
I said, bro, we are straight men who only like women and certain women. Like big booty women. We don't like flat butts. Like you like big butts.
Yeah.
Big hips.
So
I was like, yo,
you have
there's
to be specific when you say that now.
I
Now
said,
you have to be really
I said,
specific
now
when you say
there's men's butt.
Right.
There's
A lot of
people
a lot of
transitioning,
different- a
women
lot of
to
different
men,
butts.
men to women. I said, bro, we don't like none of that. So we're not really ass men out here.
You're not.
We're not.
That's actually a very good.
Diddy's an ass man.
That's actually
Diddy's
a very
taking
good
anything.
analogy, by the way.
I made
That's
the
a
analogy
very- that's a
early. I
very
said,
good
yo, we
analogy.
shouldn't jack anything. I said, we like. I said, we just say we like women.
Women's.
We just like women. I say we just like women. Because, bro, Diddy out here taking anybody's
Anybody,
ass.
yeah.
Everybody and anybody can get
yeah.
it. I think it's the can man because anyone
Yeah.
can get it. You know what they should call him? They shouldn't call him Diddy.
Can man.
They call can man.
Can
You
man.
Dominican, American, you know what I'm saying? Female, male. Anybody can get it. It's the can man. They should have
man.
Diddler. They should have called him Do That.
Diddler.
They should call him Do That. Because he really do it to you. He really do it to you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Take you shopping?
Take yo.
Yeah.
Yo, 50 was
Beloved.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
bro, you know what Diddy's name used to be? Brother Love.
Ew.
It's all love. You don't know that?
Yeah.
Yo, he's going down, bro. He's fucked.
It just sounds really different now when you say that.
But I heard, and
That's
you know what they
we're
say
talking about
though? They say, and by they, me.
now. Okay.
They say when you are part of that society,
Okay.
just call it the Illuminati. I don't like calling it that because that's not what they are.
Okay.
When you're part of that group, you have to do things that ain't really,
What you
you know,
want
what
to
you
do.
really want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you do something you're not supposed to do, or you don't do something you're supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
you get into trouble. You ever notice that everybody who's famous gets in trouble for the same two things? Sexual assault and pedophilia? Why is that? LaMelo's Ball, I forgot, one of the Ball brothers, was in trouble for stealing some sunglasses in China, and that's why he's not in the NBA. It's three brothers.
Okay.
One of them got arrested, and Trump allegedly had to bail him out or get him out of trouble. That's the only celebrity I've ever seen in trouble for some theft. Why is Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Dan Schneider all into sexual assault and pedophilia? I just think they all do it.
I don't know.
I just think they all do it.
I mean, they probably do. That's their kink.
Like Dan Schneider's pools
Yeah,
in the shape of a
it's
foot.
Crazy.
It's literally
Crazy.
toes. He's got 5 small pools around the big foot pool.
Yeah.
And it looks like
Dan
toes
Schneider, oh
on a
my
bird's eye
gosh.
view. Come on, bro.
Oh, that
Come
story
on,
was crazy. That story is crazy.
That's a fact. You can fly over his house.
And even with Justin Bieber and Diddy,
I heard Usher gave him up.
they were saying they were saying a lot. Everything was like back and forth about how Diddy took Justin Bieber underneath his wing and basically groomed him and is a totally different person. And half of his like new albums about going to church and like being faithful and like basically coming out of that whole scenario that he had with Diddy. Yeah. Allegedly.
I don't know.
And he's a whole different person now because he's like, because that happened. And he was so young. He was probably like younger than Cassie when he took him in.
But Justin Bieber was sexually assaulted by women too. That was a weird thing. Let's not get into it.
Yeah,
you see the video.
Yeah, we won't.
See the videos like Madonna like kissing him on the face, kiss him on the face, and
yeah, I feel like I did see that.
It's like a whole compilation of Justin Bieber getting harassed.
And by Diddy.
But yo, I want to make a disclaimer. I am not defending Diddy. Diddy needs to go to jail. The only reason why I'm so passionate and mad at Cassie is because if somebody would have, I'm not gonna say me, if somebody would have did my homegirls like that, no way, bro. You can't survive, bro. I'll probably be in jail because you deserve to be in jail. So now you dead and I'm in jail. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
If that happened to any one of them, I would be mad that you we took the money, but
what you gonna do about it?
Yo, he needs to live underneath the jail. He's gotta live underneath the jail. Can't kill him. I don't want him to die. That's too easy.
Live under the jail. Please and thank you.
But
anyways, yeah, we're wrapping it up. Thanks for listening. And tell us your comments. We want to know. There's a lot more days to this trial, guys. There's a lot more days. So we'll either come back to you or you come back to us.
We're going to make more episodes about this.
We
but
are.
How long do you think this is going to last?
It said about 8 weeks.
Let's call it from now. What's the date?
The 19th. May 19th.
I say this should last about 8 months.
You think 8 months?
June, July,
months?
August, September,
months.
October, November, December.
The rest of the year?
January? Yeah.
The rest of the... Wow, he's dragging it.
Okay.
If we're still talking about Diddy in December...
Call your month.
Okay.
Call your month. Stop talking shit about my month.
September.
September? I say January.
All right, I'll give like October-ish. Yeah, October.
Back up a little bit. Don't come closer. Don't come in between me and Cookie now. She's trying to, see that? You see that method? She's like, either she's going to go right before Cookie or in the middle.
October. I'll say October.
All right.
I don't think it's going to be January or anything.
As far for you?
January's far.
Okay.
I feel like January's really far. Like, if I'm still talking about Diddy in January, what is happening?
I mean, we could have been talking about Diddy.
Yes, but like, if we're still talking about the trial, like, we could talk about him, yes. Like, we could talk about him, yes. But if we're still talking about the trial in January, what's happening? Okay. If we're still talking about the trial in January, somebody needs to come get us. Because I'm done. I can't. Somebody needs to come get us.
Bet. All right.
Anyways.
So, we'll see. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning
watching. Thanks for tuning in to another episode.
Yeah. Of DNM.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.